That music makes me happier already.
Good morning, Burners! We have a very important public service announcement for those of you who would like to vote for Bernie in the California primary. So 2 days ago, there was some news about a DMV glitch causing tens of thousands of voters' party affiliation being switched to no party preference. These news have caused a lot of panic and misinformation, and we would first and foremost like to clear it all up for you. As long as you follow the steps we outline for you, we are in great shape. No need to panic. So we'll start off by talking about what it means to be registered no party preference, especially vote by mail no party preference, and how it will affect your ability to vote for Bernie in the California semi-open primary. It's not a fully open primary, it's semi-open. And where this comes into play is with the no party preference voters. So, which is a designation for an independent voter in California. If you consider yourself independent and want to remain independent, the way you register to vote in California is no party preference. Please go, all of you, check your voter registration at sos.ca.gov right now. Do
Right
it
now.
right now. And if you are registered by any chance, which you could have done by mistake, as American Independent Party, know that this is an extreme right political party. It's not an independent status. And if you are registered as AIP, please go to sos.ca.gov and change that to no party preference right now. Do it right now. So I am Ida Martinac, and I have Bill Simpich here with me. Bill and I, or actually Bill, sued Secretary of State Padilla, as well as the registrars of voters of Alameda and San Francisco counties in 2016, specifically on the issue, what constitutes sufficient notice to no party preference voters? How much is enough? And what kind of notice? And so on. So Bill, given the confusion at the DMV and the specific issues to no party preference voters, especially those who vote by mail, how that affects their ability to vote for Bernie in the California semi-open primary. Can you tell us what's going on? What's really at stake?
Well, it's a disaster what happened with the DMV voters. There's 10,000 or more who now should go right now and check the registration status online to make sure that you are going to get a Democratic ballot to vote in the primary.
Right now.
Right now. It's that serious. And this is just an example of the problem statewide. There's more than 1 million no party preference votes that could be lost to Bernie if people do not check their status, make sure they get their ballot for this Democratic primary in March. And that means, like right now, making sure online that you've got that ballot coming to you, or that you have the right to get a ballot when you go to the polls. The big problem is with the no party preference voters that get it by mail, because right now the registrars are not sending the Democratic ballot unless you particularly ask for it. And most people simply don't ask for it by mail. You can't email this kind of information. And this is extremely frustrating and difficult, and is losing hundreds of thousands of votes for Bernie. Simple as that.
So on that note, in addition to the DMV panic, the registrars of voters have started sending out notices to vote by mail no party preference voters, asking them to pre-order their Democratic crossover ballot. This is really important. If you are no party preference, in order to be able to vote for Bernie, who is running on the Democratic ticket, you have to request a Democratic crossover ballot. So these notices look about like this, and they explain what you need to do to obtain this, to pre-order. This is a pre-order notice, it's not the final notice. To pre-order your crossover Democratic ballot, please follow the instructions and do it right now. Don't wait, do it
Right now.
If you pre-order your ballot, you'll be in good shape. If you do not, you're jeopardizing being able to vote in time. You can still obtain it, but it will require some extra work, and you can save yourself a lot of aggravation. Do it
Right now.
So, now that we got that out of the way, I would like to ask Bill about his current lawsuit he's working on that could potentially help save hundreds of thousands of independent votes for Bernie in California. Bill, please tell us about it.
It's pretty straightforward. We filed a lawsuit recently to make sure that all the no party preference people, all the independent voters, get a ballot by mail that has all the eligible presidential candidates, including Bernie, right on there, so they can just check it off and put it in the mail when the time comes. We lost down below, so we are preparing an appeal that we are going to file, and to that end we are asking for modest donations of $5, $10, $20 to make it possible to file this lawsuit, to get the papers photocopied, travel costs, very modest. We need it right now.
And the link, GoFundMe link for the lawsuit is pinned to this live stream. If you would like to contribute, we ask you to please treat this as the rest of this not me, us campaign. Chip in whatever you can. This lawsuit is important, not only for winning it, but to raise the issue to the forefront of the discussion we are having in California now about independents voting in the primary. People really need to be aware of the issues at stake. Don't panic, don't freak out, just do whatever you need to do early. Do it on time, do it early, do it right now. And on that note, California primary really starts the same day as Iowa, when vote by mail ballots are starting to get sent out. And we have a whole month basically of a primary in one form or another. Early voting in person will start around February 22nd, depends what county you're in. And in that regard, we have something new in California this time around, which is vote centers in 15 counties. But that's such a huge topic. We are going to address it at a different time. We'll do a full episode on the vote centers, so stay tuned. Make sure you follow this page, share it with other burners in California. Share it. Please let people know to follow this page, to like the page, so they can get updates, which will be forthcoming over the next few weeks. We'll have a lot more hot voter protection and education content. Anything from NPP to registration to voting early to voting at the vote centers, and you'll be able to ask questions and we'll answer them for you. So stay tuned, and I will recap. Go check your voter registration status at sos.ca.gov. Do it right now.
Right now.
If you're registered no party preference but want to be registered Democrat, which we highly recommend, you can easily re-register Democrat on this website and do it
Right now.
If you're intentionally registered no party preference by mail, make sure you pre-order your Democratic crossover ballot and do it
Right now.
If you're intentionally registered as a no party preference in precinct voter, that means in person, not by mail, we recommend that you vote early, and we're going to have a whole other episode on early voting, so stay tuned. You can check specifics on your county, on your specific county register of voters, because this is all done by county, not by statewide. Just make sure that you remember that the registration deadline, the absolute drop dead deadline is February 18th. Make sure you register by then. You might be able to change your registration after that, but it's
Do it right now.
do it right now. Don't wait. Don't wait. It's not worth it. And please donate to Bill's lawsuit GoFundMe. The link is pinned below. Follow this page. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in on this lovely Saturday morning. And feel the burn
Right now.